What was that? Coming into this January camp, Team Canada had one job. One freaking job. And it was beat Iceland. They did not do that. After beating the US in the Nations League didn't help us at all. We had to schedule friendlies against higher ranked teams to increase our FIFA World Ranking so we could get into the Hex this coming summer. And I remember fans of Canada and the CSA themselves, it looks like, listed out teams above us in the FIFA World Rankings that we could easily beat to move up in the FIFA World Rankings. And on that list was Iceland. And especially right now when it's not a real international window and the best European players are playing in major European leagues, it should have been easy for us to get this win. Yeah, we didn't have Jonathan David, Alphonso Davies, or our top European players, but neither did Iceland, and our team was made up of mostly MLS players, whereas the Icelandic team was made up of mostly Icelandic league players, and then players who play in some of the Scandinavian leagues. And last I checked, and I know this is an area of contention, but I am sticking with this one right now, the MLS is better than any of those leagues. On paper, Canada had the better team in this game, and they blew it like they always do. You know, for once ever, the CSA did something right. They scheduled us friendlies when we actually needed to play friendlies, and then they gave us 2 warm-up friendlies against a crappy Barbados team to warm us up before we played Iceland, the game that we actually had to win. We had 2 games of warm-up for this. And they still just completely screwed it. And this is a common thing that's been going on for the Canadian national team for years and years and years and years and years, is when they have an easy game that they should win, or they have one game that just matters a ton, because guess what? This weekend, Iceland is playing El Salvador. If we beat Iceland and then Iceland beats El Salvador, suddenly that gap is really close and there's still 2 more international windows and we could easily make it up. But because we lost Iceland, those 2 wins against Barbados is like 100 points behind us in the FIFA World Rankings. Those games basically don't matter. And now we're back to square one with just less time to do it. But Canada always screws up the supposedly easy game. We were gifted Haiti in the Gold Cup this summer. We should have been playing Costa Rica in the quarterfinals, but we got the easier matchup in Haiti, and we went up 2-0 early, and we still blew it. 2017 Gold Cup too, blowing that quarterfinal against Jamaica. Both last Gold Cups, blowing games against teams that we really should be beating. Hell, even back to the 2014 World Cup qualifiers, when all we had to do was get 1 point out of Haiti on the road in the last game, and we would have been in the Hex for the first time since the 90s, and they lost 8-1. And now, this year with the FIFA World Rankings, you eliminate the risk of getting CONCACAF and getting 8-1 in Haiti, and Canada probably has their best chance of making the Hex that they've had, and then you get gifted Haiti in the Gold Cup, and they lose that game, and because they lose that game, we're in a position where El Salvador is behind us. El Salvador is playing in League B of the Nations League, while we're playing in League A, so while they get easy matches, we have to play the US twice, and we lose one of those games because of course we're not going to beat the US twice, that's impossible. And somehow, despite the fact that we are in a higher Nations League level than El Salvador is, we're behind them in points because CONCACAF is stupid. And now we finally set up good friendlies, get a chance to play Iceland and beat them, and El Salvador probably isn't going to beat Iceland, but who knows, now that we've lost, they might. If everything went well and we beat Iceland and El Salvador lost, I would have said that we had a pretty decent shot of making the Hex. But now, because we lost the game to Iceland, it's done. We're done. We're not playing in the Hex. Canada is going to end up playing that messy small nations tournament that's not the Hex, and it's a real shame because if we played in the Hex, it would have gotten so many more people interested in soccer in Canada. Just thinking about what 2 matches against the US and 2 matches against Mexico in a World Cup qualification setting would have done for this team over the next year, would have done for soccer in this country over the next year. It would have completely changed the way Canadians view football. But now we're not going to get those big matchup games. We're not going to see any country worth playing against. I wonder how many people are going to go out to see Canada versus St. Lucia. And knowing Canada, we're probably going to fall apart in this bracket and lose in the quarterfinals to like St. Kitts and Nevis or something, and there goes World Cup soccer until 2026. And don't even get me started on the 2026 World Cup. People are saying, oh, you know, the CPL now, we can build up, get some young talent and contend by 2026. No. Canada hosting the World Cup in 2026 is a joke. Us getting a spot for free 2026 is a joke. Yes, we are on the up and up, and we probably should be able to qualify for a 48-team World Cup by 2026. But contending to win games? We are a country of 36 million people that didn't have a professional soccer league. Didn't have a tier 1 national soccer league until this year. Pretty much every other developed country in the world has had a tier 1 national-wide soccer league for at least 60 years. And they've built up a major amateur and like tiered system below it. Canada has 7 professional teams in their top flight and then 3 in MLS. And all of them combined have been around for like 14 years. There's no academy set up, there's no set development. Development is skewed across the provinces. Hell, even from province to province, there's no consistency. It's a joke. Canada is years away from being a serious contender on the international level in soccer. Yes, the CPL is good, the CPL is growing, the CPL will eventually fix things, but it's too little too late for us to consider contending for 2026. And forget about the Hex this year, forget about the 2022 World Cup, it's not happening. We would have easily won this game if it was going to. Just, guys, stop getting your hopes up. It's the Canadian national team. They'll always find a way to screw it up.